Be interesting to hear your reaction. You see the dance?
Carl and Brother here from Games, Brains and Headbanging Life. gbhbl.com for short. We're doing a horror movie trailer reaction. One that's been out actually a little while, since like the beginning of October. The movie comes out at the beginning of January, and we're recording this at the beginning of December. So we're getting it out before then anyway. But this, I'd heard about this. And as soon as I heard it, I went, are they taking the piss, man? What's the deal? Why is this a thing? Why are fucking dolls and things becoming a thing? Is it because Chucky had a little bit of a revival? Is it because of all the other ones and stuff like that? And it's like, oh, really? So this one is that it's an artificial intelligence inside like a doll, and that it's going to be a child's greatest companion. And I'm like, oh, what's it going to do? Is it going to turn evil? Never seen that before. But honestly, it's the way they keep selling it. And I know they've got a job to do, but like, it's like the very first thing is like, oh, from the most prolific minds in horror. I'm like, stop there. James Wan, I'm like, oh man, once upon a time, even his stuff for me today is trite. But you know, like stuff like that, because they want to attach Saw, Insidious, Conjuring, all of that to him, even if he wasn't necessarily like the director, producer, or anything like that as well. And they're like, here's Blumhouse. And it's like, Blumhouse do everything now. They're in a production company that literally do everything. So again, like that's not a reason to make me go, oh, how exciting. In fact, weird enough for me personally, seeing James Wan and Blumhouse attached, I'm like, oh yeah, this will be run of the mill then. And I know it's really harsh because there are good stuff coming. James Wan has done some incredible stuff. Of course, he really, really has. I don't mean to disparage his work. I really don't. Incredible, incredible director and talent, producer, you name it, whatever he's done, and so on. And Blumhouse, I appreciate the fact that they're kind of like the go-to horror thing now. But I'm getting a little tired of watching substandard horror movies that really don't do much at all. And then I see Blumhouse attached. And I'm like, ah. And here's the thing, like I know companies like this in other areas. And that's what's starting to feel like, where it's like, ah, we're doing quantity over quality now. And we're just hammering them out, hammering them out, hammering them out. But I heard that with this trailer and the general reaction being, are you fucking serious? So like that got me interested. That's the general reaction. Because most people tend to go, oh, that looks really good. And then it turns out not to be. But people were generally like, fuck off.
Might be a good sign. It might mean it turns out to be really good. Surprising for me, I do actually know about M3GAN.
Oh,
yeah, this is not usually how you would expect, especially with the film side of things, that I'd be like, no, never heard of this. But I do know this, and I don't think I've seen the official trailer for this, but I have seen bits of it. I can't exactly remember where, and it'll be a bit that will come up in it, which I think is the bit I've seen, because I think it was being snipped by people and used as a look how funny this is moment. And it's to do with a particular dance. But I have seen it, and I'll tell you what my reaction, not to the trailer. So I haven't seen the trailer, I haven't seen the film, but I know what it is, and I know what M3GAN looks like, for example. I already know that in my head.
Right.
And I can't remember, because it wasn't something that I looked at and thought, oh, that's really scary. So I remember I also showed my daughter the little bit that I saw, and she thought it was quite creepy, but also found the scene hilarious. So we'll see how you feel. And like I said, I haven't seen the whole trailer, so maybe I'll get a bit more out of this, you know.
It's a deeper sigh. I thought this would be interesting. It turns out probably, you know what? It's a long trailer, which means it's going to show fucking everything. It's nearly 2.5 minutes long. Let's just get on with this nonsense in 3, 2, 1, go.
Katie, you lost your parents.
Of course you fucking did.
You're my niece. I'm gonna do everything I can to
Makes it sound like she lost them.
Just wish I could see them again.
I'm not equipped to handle this. I don't even take care of my own plants. I have this project at work. Do you want to see?
Yes.
Well, isn't that coincidental?
Ever since I was little, I dreamed of this perfect toy that would protect a kid from ever feeling lonely or sad. This is M3GAN.
Hi, M3GAN. I'm Katie. It's nice to meet you, Katie. Do you want to hang out? Okay.
M3GAN, your goal is to protect Katie from harm, both physical and emotional.
Is that a doll?
Model 3 generative android, Megan for short.
I can't believe you made this. I love it.
Wanna hang out, yeah, sounds like fun.
Great job.
It's nice to have a friend.
It's honestly like she's part of the family now.
Okay.
It could be building emotional connections that are too hard to untangle.
She's the happiest she's been since her parents died. Eat the toppings, Katie.
Research shows if you force a child to eat vegetables, they'll be less likely to choose those foods as adults.
Is that so?
Smartass.
Experts say.
Megan, turn off.
I thought we were having a conversation.
Does she talk? Make her say something.
Stop! Don't! Megan! You should probably run.
She's galloping on all fours.
Megan, she pushed Brandon onto the road. I won't let anything harm you.
Megan, turn off.
Recalibrating response model. Megan! What's wrong with you? Don't worry, Katie. I won't let anything harm you. Ever again.
It's nice to have.
Be interesting to hear your reaction. You see the dance?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. What can I hate about that? It's so blasé, so plain, so stupid and uninteresting from what I've seen from the same boring ass style of trailers they do to just, honestly, just stupid ass fucking story. It's just another haunted door. Oh, it's a smart AI that goes evil, and that's just Annabelle and haunted doors and shit like that. It's just the same thing. Why is that? What is scary about that? And again, you're overdoing your trailer because you overfill it and you show too much. You show so much detail of how we get from one place to the next to almost to the fucking end. You're showing people getting killed at the end, man. Why are you doing it in your trailer? Calm down. We know it's a scary bloody movie. You ain't gonna actually show that shit. I'll get to the two nonsense parts in a minute, but just based off the fucking horror, I don't see what's frightening about that. You've got the same jump scares, you've got that loud music, you've got this, oh, look how scary it is. But the whole setup doesn't even fucking thrill me. It all feels so convenient, you know, movie convenient. My parents are dead and I'm lonely and I'm sad, and I'm an aunt who is so good that I can create this fucking AI that can apparently become self-aware, Terminator style and all that, but I don't know how to look after or talk to a kid, you know. And it's like, come on, man. Really? And it's how, like, that's, and then we get to this and it's alive, and apparently it's so starts to learn and adapt and then becomes super overprotective, I guess, of the child or something like that. Before we even get to the later point, how are people laughing at the fucking gallop run in the woods on all fours galloping? What is that supposed to be scary? It looks stupid. It looks stupid. And then, like, as well, like, you do this whole bit in your trailer where it's like, here's the bully boy, and obviously Megan attacks him, and then, like, immediately cut to, did you push him in the road? And it's like, so thank you for basically, when that scene comes up in the movie, I don't know what happens. Calm down with your trailers, people. Okay, yeah. So that was a moment. I hope that's going to make sense in the movie. I will end up seeing this because it's a horror movie. I end up seeing most horror movies. I hope that's going to make sense. I'm going to pretend, just to give the trailer a break, that that's something, she learned that dance from the daughter and the child, and it's something they connected over and stuff like that. So by her doing it in a mocking way before she kills people, it kind of shows something that maybe I'll get in the movie.
Yeah,
Or,
possibly. You might be reaching. But
yeah. Otherwise, that's absurdly stupid. What was that? It's so absurdly stupid. Now I get it. The creep factor they're trying to get across here is, here's something so lifelike, but is lifeless, which is fine up to a point. Except I know because I'm watching this movie and it will be very hard to distance myself that you're going to be using elements of CGI to do this, and it's going to be a person in an outfit at other times and all that. It's not what you're saying it is. That's not particularly scary. But like, I think like the fact when you go to the comments and immediately everyone's just talking about the dance sequence, I think you fucked up royally because you have put focus on the wrong things, except when it comes to marketing. Because I do wonder how many people have checked this trailer out based purely on hearing that about that.
Which I guess, yeah, that brings views, doesn't it?
Oh, damn it. I didn't realize that is that a Taylor Swift song? It's nice to have a friend.
No idea. Don't
copyright this video, please. Or do copyright it. It's your video, but don't block the fucking video because that'll do my head in. I didn't like that. It's simple as this. I kind of went in with a negative view, and you should say, oh, we should do it. You should go to open mind and all that kind of thing. But I heard so many things. It's kind of hard that it kind of, but you know, I hadn't seen it before, so there was a hope and expectation that it might have won me over. It didn't. It looked like I can't even be bothered to muster energy over stupid dance sequences or the general galloping thing that much either, because overall it just felt so plain, so uninteresting, and certainly not scary.
Yeah, I think I saw one comment in here, but it kind of summed it up for me, which was like, this could like inadvertently become like the horror comedy of the year, but without meaning to. The thing with this, right, like the idea of M3GAN, I kind of like, right? The concept of the story I like, you know, I don't see it as like a haunted doll or anything like that. I think it's got a deeper kind of connotation it could have had, which is this idea of humans sort of trusting in AI and computers to, you know, even raise your children, I guess, to a degree. And how much trust and faith do we put in that? You know, so if you say to a AI, you've got to look after this child, how far will it go to execute that program? Do you know what I mean? And I also kind of like the idea, like you also touched on, of them trying to portray this almost like innocent, childlike qualities within it. But the problem is, it's like, firstly, what you said about the trailer, like there's not going to be much in a way of surprises in this film. Like you said, you know, oh, does she come to life? Well, we know she does. Is that kid going to get pushed in front of a car or a van or whatever? Yes, it is. You know, like we know what she's going to do. Yeah, we don't. You know, so that kind of kills these trailers. Like like you said, they just give way too much away, man. I'd rather a 45-second long trailer that just ended with her giving a bit of chat back at the table, and then I'm left to go, oh, where's this going to lead? Now I'm intrigued.
Yeah, you know, would have been an interesting point to do it. Yeah, like that's creates such intrigue.
Yeah, she just has to power off, and the doll just looks at her and says, I thought we were having a conversation. Ends. I'll be like, I'm in. Interesting, even if it then turned out shit. The dance thing, you know, I don't know the context behind it. I just know that it's funny to look at, and it has already become a meme. That's how I saw it, you know.
Yeah, I've frozen it. I've frozen the video on my screen with her, like her arms like that and her legs splayed as she's
So, you know, whether they did that cleverly, because like at the end of the day, I don't know what Universal Picture videos generally get, but it's on like 20 million at the moment, roughly, you know. And like you said, if that's going to drag people in, the thing is, I don't know, does like the fact that people come to watch a trailer because it's got a funny dance in it then turn into people going to see the movie in cinemas? I can't see that it does.
I agree with that. I don't think it necessarily translates into that. It might be a movie that ends up doing better on home media. Like if it ends up in theaters, it probably won't stay in theaters for long and will end up on your streaming services quite quickly. I think that's likely where it'll probably pull in and do well, because hey, what we're gonna watch tonight? Well, that M3GAN's there, and it's like whatever, $9.99, and you're like, yeah, fuck it, let's put that on. At least we know we get that dancing scene, you know, because that's how I will end up watching it. I will end up watching it on Prime or something like that when it eventually appears on there and paying for it that way. Yeah, it is what it is. It's soon, people. So it's get through Christmas, and then you can spend some time with M3GAN as well. Yeah, don't do anything for me.
Oh, comedy. It's funny.
Yep, could be the comedy horror of 2023. What do you reckon? You got any thoughts on M3GAN? Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch. from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?